Hello and welcome back to another lesson with Java. And in this video, I would like to tell you with Java, we can also accept user inputs just like any other programming language. Alright, so as what you notice as well, the data that we deal with so far are mostly given data. The data that is already fixed, or let's just say they are literals already. That means, they are literals because they are given data, and these data we assign them to our variables. So what if the data is unknown? We don't know the data we're dealing with, right? Because in actual programming, often sometimes the data is dynamic. So when we say dynamic, that means the data is changing and there are factors on why that specific data comes into that being. Alright, and every users, they give different data. Just like you and me, I have my own name and you have your own name. I have my own age and you also have your own age. Alright, so let's modify this one. So in order for us to accept user inputs from Java, using Java from the user, we just need to import one thing. Alright, so I deleted the variables as well as the comments, by the way. So let me delete these, and we will still utilize these statements here that will perform basic arithmetic for us. Right, but this time it produces an error because it detects variables that are not present. Alright, so don't worry about that one this time. So let's just have to do things first. So in order for us to accept user input, we need to use the so-called scanner class. Scanner class is one of the predefined classes available in Java in order for us to accept user inputs. So to import the scanner class, we need to invoke the keyword import just above our class definition. So just above your class or below your package statement, you can add your import statement here. So import java.util and then scanner, right, and end the statement with semicolon. So this indicates that we are going to use this scanner class here that belongs to this package and this package. Alright, so after importing, we need to create, you need to be careful as well. All my codes are written inside the main method. All you need to do next is to create an object of this class. So how can we create an object of this class? So we just need to type the keyword scanner, which is the identifier of this class. Alright, and then we give it an identifier or name for our object. Alright, so for this example, let's just say scanner, small scanner, right? And then we add the assignment operator and the keyword new, and then scanner, open close parentheses, and then system.in. Alright, so let me explain this source code. This scanner here functions as a data type if you are to look at the format. Alright, but this data type is what we call a non-primitive data type. Alright, because there are only 8 primitive data types, right? So if doesn't belong to the 8 primitive data types, then that means this is a non-primitive data type, and this is its variable. But the appropriate name for this one is an object or instance of this scanner class. Alright, so because we are dealing with classes, therefore we are to deal with call it with their appropriate names. So this scanner here has an identifier word scanner is the object of our scanner class. We know this as an object because of the keyword new here. So we use this new keyword to create new object or instance for our scanner class. Alright, and this one here, scanner with an open close parentheses here and with a parameter inside system.in, this is what we call a constructor. Alright, a constructor, just like your methods, it will perform something once they are called or being used. Alright, as for methods, in order for us to create methods, we need to call their names, just like what we did with println, right? So for println, for printf, in order for us to create, to use them, we need to invoke their names. So the same with our constructors, it will perform something once the name is called. However, you just need to be careful because usually or most often, it's always, our constructors have the same name with our classes. So that means when a constructor is being called, that means it will perform something. Alright, so when something is constructed, just like what you're seeing in this statement number 10, because this scanner object has been created, then this something has to perform something. This scanner constructor, I mean. And its function is to assign the powers, the methods, the properties belonging to this class. Because when we say a class, that refers to the blueprint of the object. And a class has built-in methods and properties that we can use. Alright, enough talking. Let's just create our variables. Alright, so this time let's prepare our two variables, by the way. So we will be needing an int. Just give it a name A and then B semicolon. Alright, and then this time let's give our user a prompt, because I want our program to tell the user to give the first number and the second number, and after giving the two numbers, our program is going to perform the arithmetic operations for the given numbers. Alright, so let's give a prompt here. System.out.println hey user, enter first number. Alright, so here we need to be very careful. Alright, so we are to call the identifier of our integer variable, and then we are to assign the object that we just created coming from the scanner. Right, so we have the scanner here, and this scanner object has available methods. Alright, when you press dot here, plenty of other methods will appear here for our selection. Alright, so the ones we are going to select here is the one that is fitting for the data type of this variable we are assigning this scanner to. Alright, so because this variable A is an integer, that means we are to use a method for our scanner that is for integer. Therefore, we are going to use this next int. Alright, and end the statement with semicolon. Alright, so if you're wondering why is it's named next int, then it's just part of the predefined method already, so we cannot question this one. But the important thing is that you need to know that this dot next int method is the method we need to use for data that is we are going to catch for our integer variable. Alright, so variable A has a data type integer, therefore we are going to use the int here. Right, next int method. So we can just copy this and then paste it here. So hey user, enter second number. Right, so since A has been assigned already, we can utilize this data type here, variable, and then we can just do the same. Alright, so I believe we're good to go. So what it does is that first it will prompt the user to enter the first number, and then it will catch the number using scanner.nextInt, and whatever that number that is given by the user, it will be stored in this variable, and it will do the same with this variable B. And right after getting the necessary data coming from the scanner, these statements are going to perform their part as well. Alright, so to show it, let's just click build and run. Alright, and click play. So hey user, enter first number. So we have to click here and give it a number like 6 to 9. Hey user, enter second number. So maybe let's just give the number 3. Alright, so the sum is 72, which is correct. The difference is 66. The product is 207. The quotient is 23. Right, and then the remainder is 0. Alright, so that is how you do it, and that is how we accept our user inputs coming from the user. You just have to import the scanner class, by the way. Alright, so let's continue the discussion for the scanner class, and we are to also utilize other data types on how we can utilize predefined methods available inside our scanner class in accordance to other data types. Alright, so let's end the video for now and see you in the next lesson.